I took 2 years of high school French, but I cannot remember anything. So this is partly the reason why Ryan Biava is here. Ryan is a senior policy advisor in the mayor's office of policy and innovation, and I'm sure you probably already introduced yourselves to. We have a city council member, Mike O'Brien, who's here, and council member, did you want to say anything before you also have to leave?
I already said a few words.
Okay, already? Okay, great. Well, I will be very brief and say thank you so much for visiting Seattle. And Mayor Murray regrets that he can't be here himself. He's actually in San Francisco today at a conference, visiting at the request of Mayor Edwin Lee from San Francisco. And we are always excited to welcome delegations visiting from not just outside of Seattle, but especially one of our sister cities. There's a lot that's going on in Seattle right now. I think probably one of the most important of which is that a couple of weeks ago, the city got ready to implement a new minimum wage ordinance. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it is, when it was passed by the city council last year, it made history by being the highest minimum wage at the time passed by any city or state government in our nation. And so we made quite a bit of news nationally here on that front. But one of the exciting things that's going on in Seattle, in conjunction between our mayor and our city council leaders, is sort of a renewed interest in looking at how our sister city relationships can be a venue for not only cultural and educational research exchange, but also economic development exchange. And that is in part why the mayor and the city council, for the first time ever, funded a position in city government that's going to be focused on foreign direct investment and international business development. I mentioned that because I think, especially our sister city relationships, many of which, Nantes is 35 years this year. We have some relationships that range. We're celebrating 20th anniversaries this year, 25th anniversaries. This is a really perfect time for cities in particular to take a look at and take advantage of those deep relationships, those deep cultural exchange relationships that we have with places like Nantes. And to see where we can deepen those for mutual economic benefit. I'm sure this is an issue that is also very important, especially for young people in France. It wasn't so long ago, I think in 2010, I had a chance to visit Paris for the first time. I only spent 4 days in Paris. But I remember in 2010, it was a time of a lot of, it was just after the kind of worldwide Occupy movement. And a lot of the issues that the young people in particular in France and throughout Europe were dealing with were the aftermath of the economic recession in 2008, and still dealing with high rates of unemployment among especially their young people. So I think the kinds of information and exchanges that we get to have through our sister city relationships, we can also use them for mutual benefit to understand what are the strategies that are being used in France, what are the strategies that we're using here in Seattle to promote that those similar issues that both regions are dealing with.